Although very little emerged from the North Atlantic Treaty Organization Summit in Chicago, May 20th to 21st, this very ordinary summit is itself reflective of the broader status of the NATO alliance. NATO is not the alliance it once was. Even as it was forged in the face of the ever-present and existential threat of the Soviet Union, all was not well. France, for example, broke from the unified command structure in 1966 in its search for greater autonomy and independence. But the magnitude of the Soviet military presence in Central and Eastern Europe continually forced the alliance to stay relatively cohesive and provided the leverage to ensure internal discipline. NATO faces no such threat today, and the much expanded alliance now includes very divergent interests. The Baltic states of Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia, as well as Poland and Romania, for example, all see NATO as a critical guarantor of their territorial integrity in the face of a resurgent Russian power in its own near abroad. They are ever mindful of the 2008 Russian invasion of Georgia and the continued occupation of the breakaway enclaves of Abkhazia and South Ossetia. But then there are countries like Germany, which sees NATO primarily as a potential cost-saving framework through defense cooperation, but which see in Russia a potential partner and to whom ideas of Russian aggression seem largely anachronistic. Between these two poles exist countries like France, happy to sell Russia large Mistral-class amphibious warfare and helicopter carriers, but who also see NATO as a means to a greater collective influence and military capability abroad. So at the summit, debates are often not solely about the official talking points. They are reflective of deeper tensions within the alliance and fundamental disagreement over not just the future direction of the alliance, but its underlying purpose, disagreements for which there is not a ready answer. The air campaign in Libya last year was not a NATO operation. Paris and Berlin very openly broke with one another on the issue. But it was the NATO framework and the participation of the United States that made the Libyan air campaign possible. So while NATO is no longer the unified alliance it once was, its standards for commonality and interoperability, its coordination and multinational training all make for a powerful portfolio from which alliances can be formed and drawn. NATO is still a tool for other countries to help contain the United States and a tool for the United States to legitimize action abroad. And with the ongoing crisis in Europe, deep cuts to defense spending have already been made, with more on the horizon. A military alliance is only as powerful and capable as what its constituent members invest in it. Nevertheless, NATO continues to have a real, if declining, utility, and remains an enduring, if increasingly fractious, reality for Europe.